I'll click on OK, and that'll then link my bank statement. If I click on it, it will then show me the actual amount that I've got there. So I'll note that it's 1.153966.98. Okay, so that's the amount that we're going to be referring back to. Okay, so I'm going to quickly close that. I'll press escape and go back to my Excel. I'll then type in the amount, 0.98, and there you go. Now what's nice about this is I can then always go and jump back to that document should I need to. I can even go up to this stage and go right click, connector, and even go make a nice little tick mark. If I want to say I've agreed it to the supporting documentation, I can do that. And please on your side, just ensure that you've also got include description, include ID, and also include image. I'll click on that, and that'll then bring through that tick mark as well for me. So I can cross-reference as well as create a tick mark on that item. I'm going to quickly give you time to do the same thing for me on your side. Right, so we're done with that as well. Now, the next part is where we can actually use normal Excel formulae or formulas to actually go and link this. So I can literally just go and say this one minus this one and get a difference. And then hopefully there's deposits that's outstanding or outstanding checks, etc. So then we'll type that in, and then again we should get a difference between that minus whatever we put in there. Okay, and let's just for today assume that is then the balances that we get there. Okay, so quickly just go do the last part is just normal Excel, just adding and subtracting. Okay, right, now we're done. Now, just a quick recap on what we've done. So the client name, Queen Industries, we've pulled that through. We've pulled through the year end. A little bit more advanced, the overall materiality. You can try that on your side once you're back at the office. Then also the cash book balance. We've linked that to the physical account number. Okay, and then also the bank balance as per statement. We've actually linked it to a supporting document. And we've also gone and signed off. Sorry, not sign off. We've also gone and created a little tick mark, which we've then done there. Okay. Now, on here, talking about sign off, you can go and sign off the document. Just to quickly let that pull through, I'm going to go back to my CaseWare document. I'm going to right click on this document, and then if I, let's say, for instance, sign off the planned by, the reviewed by, performed by, etc., if I come back to my Excel document, I can also go and say right click, connector, and then also I can then go click, sorry, not right click connector, go back to my add-ins, and then on here I can then go click tools, and again I can put, sorry, CaseWare linkage, and then I can pull through this information as well. Okay, so if I go click on document information, it'll list all of the documents in CaseWare. I can then scroll down up until the 32.20 section. Okay, and then there is my information pulling through. So I can click on that one, click on the accept, and then obviously we want a date, so I'll click one down, select the date, etc., etc. Okay, so and then go there, sign that off as well. So you can build all of this into your actual files. Just quickly selecting that one. Okay, so oopsie, I've undone the other one. Let me just quickly move this one down. Go back to linkage, document information, 32, and that user, and accept. Okay, cool, maybe not so big. Cool. So I'm going to quickly ask you to do the same for me. Go back to your CaseWare, go right click on the bank recon, sign off the two documents, and then come back to Excel and then put in the sign offs for me as well. Right, and we are done. Okay, so just quickly recapping. Okay, so we've done all of this information. All of this information can be done as on a firm template. Okay, the document here as well as the sign off might be done on a client file specifically. Okay, so some of the stuff can be generic enough to be built beforehand, but for instance, something like, for instance, the account number, that might differ from client to client. So that's something that we might only be able to automate once we start the actual audit. Okay, the bank balance that we can't automate because that's from an actual PDF, but from there I've got the PDF as well as the sign off that I've done there. Okay, now let's assume that we might need to send this to someone very quickly. If I forward this to them on their side, all these values will be blank on their side, okay, and they won't see anything pulling through. Okay, if I need to send it to anybody, I need to click on Tools, Unlink. It'll ask if you are sure. I click on yes, and it will then retain all the values. Okay. Once I receive it back, let's say for instance they had to comment on anything, I'll go Tools, Relink, say, are you sure? And then CaseWare will go put in all the formulas. Now, why would I need to do that? If I forward it as is, that will be blank. What a lot of people then do is they go like this, they go right click, copy, right click, paste special values. But if I get it back, it will actually then not populate with anything. So it's very important to always go and pull it through. If anything has changed, so let's say for instance I've passed a journal or for some reason I've imported a new TB, if I click on Tools or Recalculate, that'll then update all of the balances that I'm seeing here. Okay, so I'm going to quickly give you time to just go try this for me. Tools, Unlink, say yes, see the actual balances, then go Tools, Relink, and see how it then goes back and puts in the formula again.